Steeda adjustable clutch cable install. There's your two part numbers. We got the car in the garage. All we gotta do, or all I'm gonna do, since I don't have a lift, I'm just gonna lift it up on one side, just high enough to where I can access that little cover panel right here. One screw is holding it in. That way we can take off this end of the cable on the transmission side. So it appears to be a 3/8 screw holding the box in. So if I can hold the camera, show you that's this screw right here. Where am I at? I can't see it on the, there we go, okay. The camera, the front side of the iPhone is just out of sight. Okay, I've already taken this off before. Within the past 5,000 miles. When I dropped the tranny in the garage, yes, it's possible. The right setup. You do not need a lift. I had 12-ton jack stands, transmission jack, and whatnot. Okay, so taking that off. Next, I'm gonna grab a pry bar and pry the clutch fork forward to release tension off the cable. And I can slip the old end of the cable through this bigger slot to get it out of the clutch fork. Okay, so we got the pry bar in there. Just just get something, whatever you got to pry in, just so you can pry it back. And I don't know if I can show you at the same time. If I only had a third. If I had literally had a third hand. Okay, and that's, you just pull the end of the cable out. And then you take your little retaining clip out that's right here. Let's see if my little trim tool can get it out. It's gonna come, gonna want to pry it down. There we go. Looks like that. Save that. You're going to need that. Putting the new one back in. Then the whole thing can slide through the hole in the transmission housing, but I mean, yeah, I guess we could do it now. We'll still have to unbolt the bracket that's bolting the cable to the body of the Mustang. Okay, so that's basically it underneath the car. The brackets go under the hood and looking down to show you. Also take note of how the cable runs. Kind of tucked against the body of the car underneath the can't even get my hand in there. The O2 wiring, which goes to that connector, and the wiring runs down there, but the clutch cable runs underneath it, and also runs under the oil filter out of the way. You just want to take note of how it's routed, so when you put the new one in, you route it basically the same way, so you don't get it pinched on anything. The bracket bolt is going to be right there. Looks like another 3/8 bolt head. So if you can get a 3/8 socket on there with a ratchet or any kind of power tool, if you can snake one in there. So I'll break that loose, and then the firewall piece is behind here, but I have this Ford security siren that it looks like I'll just have to take these two Phillips head screws out, so I can just move this out of the way so I can access. So I can't even see what's, I'm assuming it's two bolts holding that in, but hopefully I'll get a better idea. Looks like I pull these hoses back out of the way, but this is gonna come out of the way first. let me do that. So be advised, it's actually a 5/16, and it is, if you're under the, you actually reach under the car. If that will focus, it's actually right here. And then, fun fact, just happened to notice while I was under here behind this little plastic trim, there's a ground strap. So if that's ever rotted out or green with corrosion, then that could be something. If you're chasing down random electrical issues, you do have a ground strap to the body. And the other end of it appears to go right to this bolt right behind the oil filter. So always good to know. Always good to check those in a very old car. Something you may have to clean up just to if you ever have starting issues. Okay, continuing on. Where are we at? So up under the dash first, we just you're gonna pull that end of the cable towards you and then pry it up over the plastic piece here. So you get that out of the way. And then we have a cotter pin. Of course, we got some piece in the way. Let me see if I can get right in here. You get your needle nose pliers. Pull on that cotter pin. Not quite. Get a bit of grab on it. There's never enough room working on cars. This is why I don't work on cars for a living. I've been driven absolutely mad. Oh, okay, see, I got it there. Then, in theory, I should be able to pry it off. Doesn't have to be with the needle nose. You can get an actual pry bar. Put it in here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so plastic housing and the spring is out. Supposedly these can be leak and break over time or crack, but this is what mine looks like. As long as your fit still good, slide onto that metal shaft in there. As long as your teeth are still good, then you're in good shape. Mine looks not bad. I hold on to that just for a little fun. And then the fun part, or so the internet tells me, is that, I don't know if you can see that spring where the shadow of my glove is supposedly the biggest pain in the butt. So I don't know if you are seeing that. On video. Okay, so I might be able to show you guys, but on video, I took this little heater air duct off. It's just a 7mm bolt head screw, and it has a tab on the bottom and a tab on the top, and a little piece you pry out, and then you can angle it off. Just be careful, it's all plastic, you don't want to break that. But I got that off so I can show you, hopefully, that I was able to pry off that spring that everyone says is a pain in the butt. I just took where is it at? Where are we at? I just took the pick. And I got it. This spring will be over this arm. The end of the spring goes up under this arm, and it gets tucked in between the arm and this plastic piece. So on the arm, to the left of the arm, I got the hook in there of the pick, and I pried it. Eventually got it to the spring to come out from between the plastic piece and the arm and pry off to the side here. So now I should, maybe with a stronger tool, be able to pry this plastic piece off. like so. Yep, that's going. Oh, it's still got, part of the spring is still in the plastic piece, so be advised. But yeah, the hardest part is getting it out from around the arm. So there, that should give you a good idea of how to do so. Okay, here's a close-up now that I got it out of the car. So this is how it'll sit in the car. And so they got this part of the spring, like I said, out of the arm, and then it'll be cocked out to the side like this, but the middle of the spring will still be around the left side of the shaft. That's to the left of the metal arm. And you'll actually have to pry it off of the end, open end of that left side of that shaft before you can then release the tension on it, and then it'll be loose. And once it's away from that left side of the shaft, then you get this out of the way from the arm and everything, and then you can pry, you know, against the arm to get this plastic piece off, and then the spring will go with it. And that's the hardest part, supposedly, of the whole job. And then the last part, as I'll show you right here, of taking everything apart, there is one, I believe it's a 5/16 bolt head. My car only has one, my 95 GT. I just gotta take that one bolt out, and then the clutch cable will come loose from the firewall. I can pull the old cable out. So my firewall mounting piece had only one hole, actually, and it was a 7mm head screw. The new hardware comes with 2 new screws, so I'll just use whatever. The new one might have 2 mounting holes. Although the firewall, I'll have to check that, but real quick I'll just show you. Here's the original 95 Mustang non-adjustable clutch cable. Although I think that's the whole purpose of the 2 factory pieces. There's some teeth, and you got your 2 springs. I'm guessing it meshes, and with the tension of the springs, it kind of sets the tension in the original cable. But if I bring you in here, you can see, yeah, I appear to only have one mounting hole that I can see. Yeah, just the one. And the new one, right here. Okay, same thing, just one mounting hole, but I think they did provide 2 new screws. Yeah, you can see that right there. And this is the nice adjustable piece, which does have 2 ears. So maybe those screws are for that. And I actually reuse the old slightly rusty screw, but that's fine. Okay, that is the complete teardown of it. This is taking a little longer than I expected. Every job on an old car takes longer than I expected, so maybe just the teardown will be one video, and I'll make another video right after showing you the install of the new part.